You can hate a player, but if he's dropping 35 a night, you cannot shame his game.
Right.
But you can kill every night, and some people can still say you're not funny.
Oh man, I am here with the Jamie Kennedy on Steve Trevino's Sports, Marriage, and Comedy. The entertainment business is nothing like sports, because in sports, if you're the best, you play. If you're the best, you get paid, right? In our business, they don't care how funny you are. They don't care how talented you are.
I so love that you say that, because I use that analogy all the time. You can hate a player, but if he's dropping 35 a night, you cannot shame his game.
Right.
But you can kill every night, and some people can still say you're not funny, which is just not true. Or
Right.
you could sell a bunch of tickets in a market, but Hollywood can go, yeah, but that's in Poughkeepsie. It's weird. And it's also shoot or shoot. So Kevin Durant, if you go to a game and he scores 37, it's like, oh, it's got the game. But if he scores 21, did you still not have a great time at the game? So it's like, that's
Right.
what I like. Sometimes if I do jokes and they just shit the bed, I'm like, well, I got to give the people what they want, but shoot or shoot, right? So
Right.
it's
Absolutely.
an experience, you know what I mean? And so sometimes you're going to have a night that you don't score 35.
And that's how I became a published author.
That's so far out.
Yeah, Larry here changed the laws in half the country single-handedly.
Bernie and I own most of the clinics in New York.
Oh my God, that's sick. And how'd you do that?
We control the media.
Oh, get real.
We do. They write whatever we tell them. This one time, we got the New York Times to publish a poll on how many doctors were in favor of abortion.
Yeah, we said 87% sounded good. Wait. How many doctors again was that out of, Larry?
About 40,000, I think.
Can you believe they printed that?
You've had all this success. You've had all this fame. Why have you never been married?
That's right.
Is it you? Is it them?
Is it them? Well, it's definitely them.
Yeah, it's gotta be them. Yeah. You sound like my wife. Well, it's never me. It's gotta be
Never
them.
me. I probably could have been married like 6 times. And I just never did it yet, because our life is very selfish, as you know. You know, on the road, doing a thing 24/7. Robin Williams said it's having to get the job is where you spend most of your time. And that's Robin Williams. You go in, you do your press in the morning, you do your shows at your night, you start with a full suitcase of merch. It's empty by the weekend. You get your check, and it's the next city. Your life is disposable.
Well, and not only that, you know, as comics, it is hard to grow up. My wife says things to me like, hey, you're not in your green room. You're at home. So stop acting like you're in your fucking green room. You know what I mean? So there's that ego where I'm like, well, fuck, man, I get whatever I want on the road.
That's the thing, though, dude. Like, what's the balance there? Because you do get whatever you want as a comedian. But it's like good to be checked sometime if that person loves you and respects you. You know what I mean? But you just don't want to be with somebody that's over checking you, but you don't want to be somebody that totally lets you go crazy either. You have to be, it's a good balance.
The last question, of course, who is the biggest comedy influence in your life? Who are you a fan of, past or present?
You know, for me right now, I would say my favorite is Bill Burr. You know, Bill Burr is becoming Mount Rushmore. But growing up, it was Eddie Murphy. Then I got really into Kinnison. And then from Kinnison, I discovered Bill Hicks. And then when I discovered Bill Hicks, I went to George Carlin, Joan Rivers.
Yeah, dude, Joan Rivers is fantastic.
Joan Rivers is a beast. And I think her legacy will only grow. It's like the 80s for me were every archetype so completely mapped out and different. So, well, I mean, I was a product of the 80s, so we have a lot of great ones.
Jamie, it's always a pleasure chatting with you, my friend.
Dude, I appreciate it, man. Love talking to you, bro.
It's always a pleasure, man. We'll see you soon, my friend.